Here's some extra help on area of a circle. So to find the area of a circle, you always use this formula of A equals pi times r squared. So we're just going to go through a couple examples. So in this circle, whenever you have just a little line that goes halfway just to the center, this is your radius. So that 11 is what you're going to put into the r value of the formula. So what that would look like for this problem would be pi times 11 squared. Now there's two ways to write this answer. The first one is called in terms of pi, where you don't actually do times 3.14 in your calculator. So all you would do here is multiply this 11 by itself, because remember, r squared means r times r, or there is a square button on your calculator. So if I did 11 squared, that would give me 121. And in terms of pi, I just keep the pi on it. Again, I don't actually multiply, I just write the pi symbol next to it. And then units for area are squared. Now, the most common way would be just rounding it. And to do that, you would take this answer and actually multiply those two numbers together in your calculator. So I'd be doing 121 times 3.14, and that gets me an answer of 379.94. So these two things are the same. It's just two different ways to write it. One would be nice if you didn't have a calculator that you wouldn't have to multiply by 3.14. That would be this one. But if you did, you could round it. I want you to try this one here. So maybe if you could pause the video. Here your radius is 4, so try that out. And then I'm just gonna write out the answers. Hopefully you got that. So the next example that you might run into is if instead of the radius, you're given the diameter. So when a line goes all the way across like it does here, that's the diameter, which we'll see being called as D. So for us, we still need the radius because that formula is always r squared, never has D in it. So the radius is halfway across. So if the diameter the full way across is 40, you just cut that in half. So the radius here would be 20. And that's what I would use in my formula. So in terms of pi would come from doing 20 squared, or 20 times 20, which is 400. And I'd keep my pi symbol on it. And units here would be meters squared. And for rounded, I would multiply those two numbers together. So 400 times pi. And that gets me 1,256. Okay, so when you're given the diameter, the first thing you want to do is cut that in half. And that gets you the radius. Okay, so again, the next one, I'm just going to write out the answers, but I want you to pause it and try it on your own.